lie. When I was younger, the way you were wearing your hat was, they would make fun of us so bad if we wore our hat that way.
When you were a young warthog?
When I was a young warthog. Very nice. Thanks. He found his aroma like a certain appeal. He could clear the savannah after every meal. But when I was younger, the way to wear your hat was like a completely flat brim, and you keep that shiny gold sticker on it.
That's not when you're younger. That's still a thing for certain people. If you like that aesthetic.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It doesn't speak to me.
Somewhere.
Someone somewhere. It's still popular. It's still popular for people to wear their hats like that, flat brim with the new era sticker on it, like uptown in New York, anywhere. That's still a popular thing. My brother still wears his hats like that. And my brother is a hood ass nigga. My brother is a hood. My brother hip. Yeah, my brother is very hip and current. Like he like stands in the Foot Locker. Well, he didn't stand in Foot Locker lines anymore. He gets them, but he gets like all the new Jordans that come out. And even though he has like every color.
Talk to me about your brother. I'm shocked that you would describe him as a hood ass nigga because I'm not trying to spill your family tea, but he does not sound like a hood ass nigga. He sounds like a family man who.
No, he's my brother's a family man, but he's not. When I say hood, my brother dresses like a hood ass. No, that's a better description. My brother dresses like a hood ass nigga.
I was saying your brother. I'm not trying to say what he does for a living, but
my brother's a cop.
Oh, I love doing that. I don't know why it tickles me.
Because you are a fire starter. You're a pyro.
Nar, I used to like playing with fire as a child. Actually,
we talked about this. Remember, I try to burn. I didn't try to. I was playing with fire in my grandmother's living room, and I
nailed
set
it.
the carpet on fire a little bit.
Is there ever something in your life that you did, and you're like, I can't believe that we got away with this. No one can know about this.
No, I don't have any experiences like that. Do you?
The statutes of limitations worn off, so I feel like I can say this, but I will. It wasn't me, but some close friends of mine did start a forest fire when I used to live in the woods.
Like how bad?
They caught the woods. They caught the woods on fire so bad that the fire department had to come down. It was like a whole thing.
Like how many acres would you say?
I didn't count it. We ran. So these people that I know were playing in the woods, and then they came and were like, we need help. Like, we started a fire and it's getting out of control. So we were running. This is when I lived in Phoenix City, Alabama. I used to live in this neighborhood that was just in the woods. So we were running back with buckets of water, trying to pour it on this fire. And then we were children, Monét. And then it got to a point where we were like, oh my God, this is actually getting wild. And like the kids were like, one of the kids was coughing and we had to like drag them out. And it was like so bad that we had to like drag, like it was getting too much. And one of the kids, like, so I was like, we have to call the cops. We have to call Monét's brother. So we called the cops. And then of course they alerted the fire department, and the fire department came out. And, but we never said who it was. It wasn't me, but we never said who it was.
So you are ride or die.
Well, I was afraid that I would somehow be incriminated because I was also running back and forth trying to put the fire out. And me and my brother were the only black kids in this neighborhood, except this one family that moved from Syracuse around on the other side of the circle. And then my next door neighbors were biracial. It was a biracial couple, a black and white couple.
I thought it's going to be like Fight Club and you're going to realize it was you the whole time. It was you. You started the fire.
I don't think it was me, but...
You don't think it was you? That means it was you.
I really don't think I started the fire. Like, I feel like I would still have the guilt with me if I had started that fire. And I was a kid who would have ratted myself out. I would rat myself out, but I would never rat anyone else out. As a child, anyway. I would tell all y'all niggas today. And I'm kidding.
You would. You probably would. You kick in. You're that girl.
Monét, you grew up with an op, honey.
You a pussy. You a op. You get shot up by the cops.
No, you a pussy. You get popped. Wait, what is it?
You a pussy. You a op.
Oh shit. No, you a pussy. You get popped.
I think it's you're an op.
No, you a goofy. You a op. You a pussy. You get popped. Don't you come around my way. You can't hang around my block.
Do you remember that video of Cardi B telling the guy to come to meet her?
Everyone went crazy on me when I accidentally said arms are heavy. And arms are sweaty for the 8 Mile. I know his palms are sweaty, but for some reason my mind said arms are sweaty.
No, you said arms are sweaty. That's what you think it is. Hey, Bob, it's okay to be wrong. I think you have this complex where you don't want to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong about a lyric. It's just a lyric, girl. It's not that deep.
I think you have this complex where you think you know what I'm talking about, and I think I know better than you do. That's what I think.
No, I think that you made the wrong thing, and now you're trying to act like, oh, I said the wrong thing. It's okay to be wrong, babe. It's okay. You're a human being. You're allowed.
You don't find it interesting that you think you know me better than I know me? You don't find that interesting?
No, I don't. I never said I know you better than you know yourself.
But I just told you that I wasn't wrong. But I told you that's not what happened. And you
but
think
I'm very good at discerning things, and I can discern that that's what's happening right now. It's okay. It's okay. Well, I love you very much.
I will tell you this. This is one of those scenarios where you can say you're wrong. This is an opportunity for you to practice what you preach. You still never admitted you're wrong. You still never admit that you fully gaslit me about lying about the boots when you fully said that you gave me those boots when I came over.
What happened? That's not what happened. And we talked about it a billion times. But we're not going to rehash the boot thing. That was so long ago. Our poor listeners could not bear to hear this again.
Monét, wow, flaunting your wealth again. Poor listeners. Oh my God, you're better than this. You're better than this. Race. You're better. You don't have to be like this, Monét. Not to our sweet listeners.
You interrupted me. I was saying something, and you fucked me up. And I don't know what I was saying to you before.
Ginkgo biloba.
Go easy on me, baby. What
hotel are you in? It looks like you're in a. This looks like a. It looks like a RV that's floating in the sky. Like it looks so tiny. It looks like you're in an RV that's floating in the sky, or like a tiny home.
Bob, I am fully in. I'm doing a virtual reality podcast. This room is completely virtual reality. That window, that's not real.
Monét.
It's VR, baby. This is the future. It's the future of podcasting.
I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. Okay.
Oh my God, you and your little old lady sayings. I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. Oh my God, where were we? We were somewhere. We're in Chicago. We're in the car. So Bob and I just did Roscoe's in Chicago, and we're in the car going to our hotel. We're in a lot of traffic, and Bob answers the phone. Y'all, this is oftentimes when something very Bob happens.
Oh, by the way, I was talking to Christian. I need to call Christian back. Christian Dante White. I need to call you back, by the way, at some point.
Who the fuck is that? Oh, that's who you're on the phone with?
Yeah, he's an actor and a friend of mine.
Got it. So anytime something very Bob happens, I feel the need to let him know, because I feel like Bob is, again, y'all know Bob thinks that he's a straight character. Bob thinks he's the least interesting person in his circle of friends. That Bob thinks that he's just the most normal. Anyway, so when Bob has very Bob moments, I feel the need to point them out to him. So we're in the car and he answered the phone and he says, it's so small, but it's just like, it is so Bob. So Bob answered the phone. The person's like, where are you? Bob says, oh, I'm back in town. What did you say?
I'm back home in Chicago.
Oh, so Bob says, I'm back in Chicago, and I'm guessing the person continued on. Bob goes, Bob goes, wait, I don't know why I said that. I'm not from here. Like, why would I say I'm back in Chicago? He's like I'm saying I'm back in Chicago, like I live here. And Bob goes, this literally, y'all, about a minute and 10 seconds of Bob going saying,
no,
it was like a minute.
It was not a minute. It was literally this. Hey, where you at? I'm back in Chicago. I don't know why I said back in Chicago. Like I don't live here. I mean, technically I am back in Chicago because I have been here before. So yes, I am technically back in Chicago. And I guess on stage, when you're on stage, you say it's good to be back in Chicago. But I feel like when you say I'm back somewhere to someone on the phone, it insinuates that you live there. But to answer your question, I'm in Chicago.
That is so funny, because that is such a Bob. You're literally having a full conversation with yourself about you setting the words back in Chicago. I'm like, who is this nigga arguing with on the phone? No one is. I'm sure the person was like, I'm sure Christopher John Jaleel White, whatever his name was like, okay.
His name is Christian Dante White, and you're gonna put some respect on Christian's name. He's a very respected Broadway actor who paved the way for people like you.
I never said he wasn't. I think you forgot. So you said Jaleel
nigga ass White is what you said.
Well, he should take white out his name because that's very disconcerting. Anyway, it was just a very Bob moment, and I feel the need to point this out to you. He's not white,
by the way. He's fully black, African American. I don't know African American, but he's black.
That's why I said to take the white out of his name because it's very disconcerting.
And take the Bert out of your name because you're not. I'm just kidding. I don't know what that means. Take the X out of your name?
Did you notice that everyone is going skiing after we went skiing?
I've noticed one person go on a skiing trip. I've only seen Shea Coulee go on a skiing trip. I have not noticed. I've not noticed everyone skiing. No.
We started.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Shea had their trip planned, considering it was like week after ours.
Oh yeah, she had it planned alongside the best.
I mean, you know, all the girls. We're not the first queens to do gay ski week. Shangela's
I know Katya, Trixie,
Minge,
Lady Bunny.
We're at the end of the frontier, girl. We're the last one to the frontier. We are the first. I think we are the first drag queens at the X Games, though.
We are the first drag queens to do that. And I was looking at some of the footage. It was so fun. It came out really cute. Did you watch any of it?
I did. Yeah, it was very, very fun, and I actually enjoyed myself very much.
I did. It was a good time. I saw niggas knuckle hucking. It was great.
The knuckle huck. That woman whose name I can't remember who tied for the most medals at the X Games. Oh. She went on to I can't remember her name, but she went on to place gold in the Winter Olympics in Beijing.
Did you like see it and then you remembered? Oh, we said her name, or you were like following her?
Well, Kennedy was following her, and Kennedy was following her journey. And I was like, "Oh wow, that's fierce!" But the most medals of all time at the X Games is actually tied between a man and a woman. They tie over it, so it's not like some guys got all the medals and it's fully tied. And I think that the woman is, I can't remember. One of them is much younger than the other one, so whoever it is going to clearly pass the other one.
Got it. You know, I always think, like in my life, like, am I missing out? Is there some talent that I'm really good at and I don't know I'm good at? Do you ever think that?
Have you tried shutting the fuck up?
You're such a child.
You might be really good at that. You should try it sometime.
You're such a child. You're a child. Ew. Not that witch laugh.
I have done a lot with I've tried a lot of stuff. So I feel like I haven't left a lot of stones unturned, to be quite frank. But I do wish I could go back and do certain things different, because I think that I have ruined my chances at certain skills because of like damage I've done to my body over time. I think I actually could have been a good singer if I would have not like messed my voice up doing drag. I think
things like really crazy. Like, do you think maybe you could have been like a great shot putter, or like a great bobsledder, or like a fucking I don't know.
I have the sneaking suspicion that I'd be really good at archery and shooting guns. I just feel like I would be really good at shooting guns.
I went to go shoot a gun, Bob.
Well, Blue Lives Matter. Go ahead. You hang out with
Oh my God, you are so silly.
Oh God, y'all heard one name.
It was. I was
moving to Texas.
I was very scared. I did not like it. I did it. I don't ever need to do it again. I do feel some type of calm though. Like, if there is like a zombie apocalypse, I would at least know how to like load and shoot a gun. But
were you hanging out with the Bloods or the Crips?
The Latin Kings. Latin Kings.
Nice. No, where were you shooting a gun? Because you and I were just in Chicago, and now you're in New York. So you were not shooting a gun in Chicago, and you're not shooting a gun in New York City. So where the fuck are you shooting a gun?
Andy's roommate Annie, her birthday was a couple of days before. Why you doing that face?
I love Andy, but Andy got you doing some crazy cuckoo shit. When I
white people shit.
When I found Andy had your ass in the woods, I said, this feels like the beginning of a movie. Andy put you in the woods with one small white child, and then Andy got you out here shooting guns. This sounds wild. Andy recruiting.
For QAnon. No, so it was her birthday. So for her birthday, she just wanted to go like a gun range and like shoot guns. So we went. It was right in Burbank, and we went to the shooting range in Burbank. And it was like, it was her girlfriend, Andy, and myself, and we shot guns.
Her was there?
Her, like the singer, her was shooting guns at the gun range.
Oh my God! You even Squeak.
So we're shooting guns, and we shot I don't know what it was called, like a caliber. I don't fucking know what the name of the gun is, but
I think a caliber refers to the size of the. I don't know.
It was a 45. It was a 45 something.
No, gauge refers to the size of the barrel. Like a so and so gauge refers to the size of the barrel. I think.
Bitch, I don't fucking know. But anyway, I shot a gun, and it was like kind of wild. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Have you ever shot you never shot a gun? Whoopi loves guns.
I've never shot a gun. I've never held a gun before. No, that's not true. I held a gun one time. I held a rifle one time at my roommate's grandparents' house in college. My friend Shane.
Jaime?
No, Shane was me and Jaime's roommate.
Got it. So y'all went to the house and did this had a gun just out and about?
No, it was in a gun rack. We went to his grandparents' house all the time, so we would always go there for food and to do laundry like every weekend. Basically, they lived maybe 30, 40 minutes outside of Columbus, Georgia, and we would go out there to just hang out and have fun. It was like a nice big house with a big yard. We would go there, and we also lived on their property in Columbus, so we were kind of just paying our respects by visiting, kind of. You know?
Well, why y'all did they keep their guns locked, or they just had the guns out and about? Should keying?
They were in a gun case, and we opened the gun case and took them out
illegally. Y'all not illegally. Y'all did they know you took the gun out?
The statute of limitations has wound up, and I will tell you more about it when we get back from the break. So yeah, we took the guns out of the case without their permission, and and we put them back. I never shot them, but then I told you that his other roommate stole the guns and used them in the bank robbery.
Oh, right. Well, you're not
that was more illegal than what I did.
Y'all on some Kyle Rittenhouse shit, just taking guns.
I want to talk to you about something that is happening on Clayton County Twitter, Clayton County Talk.
What?
There's a rapper named Omeretta the Great, who I just found out about. Her name's Omeretta the Great. And she has this song called I don't know the name of the song, but I call it Not Atlanta, because she's talking about she's talking about what's not Atlanta, and she's like, College Park is not Atlanta, Decatur is not Atlanta, Clayco is not Atlanta, Alpharetta is not Atlanta.
She know what's up.
Okay. Anyway. There's a term we use in Atlanta called ITP, which is inside the perimeter, and OTP outside the perimeter. And ITP kids be doing the most when they talk about Atlanta, Georgia. People from the city of Atlanta love to act like. By the way, I should no hate to Omeretta. I think the song's really cute, but I will say this: people from the city of Atlanta act like they do not know what people mean when they say Atlanta. They love to act like they don't. By the way, if we only allow things that are in the city of Atlanta, we lose the Georgia Dome. We lose the Truist Stadium, which is where the Braves play. We lose the airport. We lose the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We lose the Atlanta Farmers Market. We lose a lot of stuff if we only count things that are in the perimeter of Atlanta. So there's a lot of Clayton County people are on the internet now being like, girl, you know what we mean when we say Atlanta. You know what we mean. It's like
Clearly she doesn't, honey.
She knows. Omeretta knows. Omeretta knows that the airport is in Atlanta. So you telling me the Atlanta airport is not in Atlanta?
I'm just saying you sound, I don't know what, I don't live there, I'm not from there, but you sound a little salty. You sound a little salty that Omeretta is calling y'all OTP niggas out, saying y'all OTP niggas know nothing about the ITP niggas. Y'all don't know what the fuck really Atlanta is. And Omeretta's getting y'all shit together. She's gathering y'all motherfuckers. That's what she's doing, honey.
Okay, first of all, there's no way people from the city of Atlanta, ITP, would ever wage war on people from OTP. Because
why?
There are less than 500,000 people in the city of Atlanta. There are 5,200,000 people in the perimeter, outside the perimeter of Atlanta.
Let's do some research.
You don't want to wage war, Omeretta.
How many people live in Atlanta? city.
Atlanta's like 480,000 people, roughly.
It's actually 400. It's actually 498, honey. So you're skipping out on 80,000 people that's gonna whoop your ass. That's what you fucking around with.
I said 480,000. I missed that on 19,000.
You said 18.
I apologize. I said 80. Oh. But the Metro Atlanta area, it's not like this. Now, I was talking about the New York City. What makes you New York City? This is my, because there were people like, it's kind of like New York City. Now, I say it's not quite the same, because if you're in one of the 5 boroughs, even if you're in Staten Island, New Yorkers joke, but we all say it is New York City. We joke about it being the worst part of New York City, but it is still New York City. But if you're from any part of the boroughs, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, or the Bronx, you are from New York City. Now, I will say it does get very dicey where Nassau County and Queens,
Long Island, girl,
where Queens and Long Island now, but everyone who, and they were like, how can you decipher? I said, I'm putting it to you this way. If you take, okay, we're not talking about New Jersey. If you take and people from White Plains be trying to say New York City too. If you take the Metro North.
That's Jay. Jay swear. I'm like, nigga, you from White Plains. Go ahead.
If you take the Metro North or the Long Island Railroad to get to Manhattan, you don't live in New York City. If
that's
you
not
are
true.
Taking the Metro, no one takes the Metro North from 125. People do not do that.
But people do take the Long Island Railroad from Jamaica to get to 34th Street. It's only 3 stops. If you take the E from Jamaica to get to World Trade Center, that's like an hour and a half. But if you take the Long Island Railroad from Jamaica to Penn Station, it's like maybe 25 minutes.
I know a few people who will take the Long LRI to get to but you
LIRR. First of all, get the acronym right. It's LIRR, not the LRI.
The Long Island Railroad into Woodside or to Penn Station, but also a lot of people just take the 7 train into, because the 7 train, which goes out, I know it doesn't quite, it goes out to the Bay, to Jamaica Bay, and goes out to
Flushing.
7 train is wild.
7 train is wild. It is. I don't fuck with the 7 train.
No, sorry. The A goes out to Jamaica Bay, which is, girl, one time I fell asleep on the A or the C or the E, which one of those trains, and because I was on Ozone Park, which is the last stop before you go to Jamaica Bay. And I woke up and I was like,
you mean Far Rockaway.
Far Rockaway, that's it. When you cross the Jamaica Bay to get to Far Rockaway. Or something.
They got a bay out there?
I remember waking up in Far Rockaway and being like, I felt like I was in a different country. It felt great. I was like, I did not know you can be this far from New York City and still be in New York City. This is wild. Far Rockaway is so wild.
That's so funny that, because again, I used to take the train, the subway to go to school like an hour every day. I used to get on the first stop, Junction, on the 2, and take it all the way to 42nd Street Times Square, which is about an hour and 10 minutes. I was there every day, but I would, because bitch, I would be tired. I would be like up late at night, getting on the train. I had to wake up for school like 6 o'clock in the morning, get on the train. I would sleep every time without fail. Your body just wakes up right before your stop or at your stop, no matter how deep in sleep you are. So I've never, like, it's what is that? I want to know what, like, the medical, like, what is that? Kind of like when you when you were a kid and you were sleeping in your parents' car. As soon as you pull up to your house, you make 19 stops before that. Once you get to your house, your body's like, we're here, and you wake up.
Thank you for plugging my show. We're here. I have noticed that when you're sleeping on a train late at night, it's the worst sleep of your life, because oftentimes you will wake up in a panic thinking you missed your stop. So it's never like, you're always like, oh shit, 34th Street. Okay. And then you fall asleep again, and then you're like, oh shit, 125. Oh my God, I am. But also, are there really people taking the Long Island Railroad from Jamaica instead of just taking the train? That is so expensive. That is so expensive. What y'all don't realize is the Long Island Railroad charges you by the distance, and the MTA charges
it's a flat rate.
Whether you go one stop or if you go from South Ferry to the Bronx, it is literally the same price.
$2.75, honey. Yeah, I mean, but
when I got there, it was $1.75.
That's an hour and a half from World Trade Center to Jamaica. That's an hour and a half. We can get on the LIR, be 25 minutes. Like, that is crazy. Of course you'll do that.
Who the fuck is going to the World Trade Center from Jamaica, Queens?
I mean, I'm saying that if you work at World Trade and you live in Jamaica, Queens.
Like you got a friend who work at World Trade 1 from Jamaica.
I do. He works at Zara at the World Oculus thing down there.
Nigga, get a job in your neighborhood.
And you know what? He's also very old, and he's queer. He's like a queer elder.
Nigga, get a job at the Queens Mall.
Excuse me, I did a great segue. So can you please acknowledge it?
And I was going to acknowledge it. I wanted to make fun of your friend.
Wow.
That Monét. Okay. Speaking of queer elders, happy belated birthday to Macaroni Exchange, who has just turned the decadent age of 30. Actually, I think it's a boring age. 32 is not a fun age. There's nothing exciting about 32.
What's exciting about 31 or 33?
Nothing and nothing. And 34 also nothing. By the way, I'm telling you what's ahead of you.
As you know, as we have often said on this podcast, I'm not a big birthday person. Like, I'm not like, oh, it's my 32nd, I want to do this. Oh, 33 is my Jesus year. I really don't. I could really care less about birthdays. But I will say, Bob made my birthday very special. Bob and Patty made my birthday very special, was very sweet. And I'm very grateful for everything you did for my birthday. It made me very emotional. I was almost going to cry, but I fought back the urge to cry.
I realized that we did not take any pictures that day. You and I didn't? Not one. There was they did. Roscoe's took the
most hideous picture of us. Picture?
There was one moment where there was a picture and Monét was like, "Bob, let's do a picture," but I was doing my lips and Monét was like, "Oh, we'll just do it without you," and then we just never took the picture. That's verbatim.
No, that's
what you said.
That's not what happened.
Verbatim. We could call anyone right now.
Oh my god. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. We were putting our final touches, like lipstick and stuff, to go on, and then I opened my iPhone. I mean your Instagram camera, and there's a thing you can do a layout pictures. You can do 4 different pictures, and I was gagging. So we're taking one last picture, and then you were rehearsing your song with Layla.
I was putting my lipstick because Layla was in the picture. I was putting my lipstick, and Monét was like, Monét was like,
me.
Bob, come for. Well, I don't know who was in the picture, but I know who wasn't. I know who was in the picture.
It was me, Kennedy, and Patty, and then you were over there. You had your phone in your hair like this, and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna be there." And your lipstick.
And I literally said, I said, "Wait 1 second," and Monét said, "We'll just do it without you." And I was like, "All right, have it."
And Did you
not say that?
I don't think that's what I said, but I don't want to change that. I don't want to change that experience from you. So if that's what you said, I believe you, because I believe you.
If you thought you didn't say it, you'd be like, "I did not say that." You said that shit. You trying to soften it up with your old ass.
I was giving you a compliment. Bob made my birthday very special. He got me cupcakes, and Bob and Caddy put together this fucking this compilation of all my friends telling me happy birthday, and it was very sweet. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram because Patty's he's doing a edit of it. So whatever. So I'm gonna put it on my Instagram. It was very sweet.
I sent you the full one with every single. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. But Patty's doing another one. He cut.
Yeah, I saw it.
He cut. Yeah, I'm gonna post that one.
Patty and I had a whole conversation about it because we started getting all these videos, and Patty got most of the family members, and I got the Drag Race girls. By the way, should we talk about the girls who said they would send the videos and didn't?
Tell me. Let's say their names. Say their names.
Should we talk about the girls who said they'd send the videos and did not? Mama.
Yes. Tell me who. Tell me.
Okay. Should we release? Is that messy, Jacob?
Yeah. I don't think it's messy, girl. It's a birthday thing. I don't think it's messy. I don't think it's messy.
All right. I called Trixie about sending a video, and she didn't send one.
But yet, I brought my black ass to your little whack ass motel opening. But you gonna send my video? Work. Okay.
I would say you did drive 3 hours to go to her hotel, and anyway. And then wait, is it announced that we went to the opening? Is that announced?
Yeah. Oh. I mean, Trixie posted that she's having someone.
Oh yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
And then Violet kept saying she would do it, but didn't do it.
Oh, because she was too busy. She was too busy walking her little dog in her little fashion show. That's why she can send a video. Okay. Yeah.
And I told her when I said, "Guys, just do 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be just on the go. It can be anything." And the last girl has a very good reason why she couldn't do it in her defense. Michelle Visage said she was going to send one, but she had literally she was time zones away, and she was in Singapore, and it was 3 a.m, and she was like, "I will try." But she had a really, really good excuse. But the other girls, they had 2 days.
And what was
Trixie might have had 24 hours.
What was Ru's excuse? Because I didn't see his video either. What did Ru say?
To be honest, I asked Ru and she literally said Monet who. So I think that summed up what that was about.
Oh, wow. Okay. Work.
Did we ask? I'm gonna call that. Anyone else that we asked? You know who sent theirs? Now let's talk about who sent theirs immediately and without haste. Brooklyn Heights. I had to wait barely a second for. Crystal Method. Right the fuck away.
Yes.
Pixie Aventura right away. Who else sent one right away? DJ Two Face right away.
Love.
How about Andy?
Andy. Well, Andy's was received through Patty, but how is Andy feeling about his mini viral moment about his video that we played at? So you want to describe it? Or do you want me to describe it?
So the last video in this lovely slide compilation of people wishing me happy birthday is Andy, and he is on his bed, hog-tied in a little underwear and a big black dildo on the pillow next to his head, and I was mortified.
And he said, "Hey babe, I'm right where you left me. Thank you for leaving out some snacks and the lube that I love." And Patty called and said, "Andy, just so you know, we're going to be showing this at Roscoe's." And he was like, "I know." And then I got the video and then I edited it together and I said, "Andy, just so you know, this is being shown at Roscoe's." And he was like, "Bitch, I know." And we said, "All right, Miss Thing, it do take nerve, honey. It do
take nerve." Andy is very nutty. Andy is very much like you. He would do anything for a bit. He likes a bit.
He's very funny.
It must be a sober thing.
Oh my God, that's not how that works. How do you feel about getting older?
Oh my God, why do you hate when I talk about sober stuff?
Well, because the topic is not sobriety. The topic is how do you feel about getting older, bitch?
Okay, let's make it sobriety. Do you want me to be sober? Are you trying to make me get sober? Is that what you're trying to do?
You bring up sobriety. I do not bring up sobriety. You keep bringing up sobriety. I don't be bringing up sobriety. It's called anonymous, Monet. Damn, nigga.
I don't mind getting older. I'm not one of those people who is like, "Oh my God, I'm old." I'm enjoying my life. Yes, I'm getting older. Do I feel older or do I feel rickety and crickety? I mean, there are parts of my body. Like, I will say, over the past 2 years, my knees have definitely feel a little more sensitive than they used to.
Why do you think your niece is more sensitive now? Is she going through something? Why is your niece more sensitive? What is it? Something you said? We'll talk about after the break.
Oh my God.
Nowadays, everything is online, and it's really important to me that my website look as fabulous as I do. Making a website can be hard, but I found the perfect home at Squarespace. Now, Squarespace uses incredibly intuitive designs to help build your website, and you can build your dream website without knowing anything about coding or computers. Squarespace has a really, really great and easy to understand analytics tool to help you gain powerful insights into who's visiting your website and how they're interacting with your content, including page views, traffic sources, time on site, most read content, audience geography, and more. They also take care of buying and managing your domain name and make linking it to your website super easy. Buying a domain from Squarespace is simple because there are no hidden fees or price hikes. Each domain comes with an ad-free parking page and a free WHOIS privacy on eligible domains. Squarespace also has great SEO tools and takes the guesswork out of search engine optimization for your website, which means you'll get found in searches by more people more often. For me, it's always been really helpful for selling merchandise. There's a lot of Bob the Drag Queen knockoffs out there, but I'm always confident that my merch is going to be the very top of the list. Squarespace has the tools that you need to get your business off the ground, including e-commerce templates, inventory management, a simple checkout process, and secure payments. Whatever you sell, Squarespace has merchandising features to make your products look their best online. So go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/rivalry to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. All right, we're back. Monet, check in with her niece. How is she?
I think it's because I've been doing over the past 2 years, I've been doing a lot more what you call it, squats and stuff, like really heavy weights.
Oh.
And I think the weightlifting is I think is really maybe messing my knees. I need to like start wearing a brace or something because I don't want to be. My biggest fear is when I'm going to be doing that shit, my shit's going to pop and I'm going to gag. But my body feels great.
What's really bad for your knees is a lot of cardio, not all cardio, but running, jogging, walking, stairs, all bad for your knees. Elliptical is low impact.
What cardio do you do?
You can do the elliptical and you can do biking, but I think biking is a little bad for your knees too. But elliptical is low impact. Elliptical and biking are both low impact. Yeah.
How do you feel about getting older?
Well, you know, I gotta be honest. Like 32 doesn't really feel much older, and I don't feel older than I used to feel. But whenever I look at myself in pictures, I do look older, and I think 35 is around the age when I started being like, oh my God, I would see old pictures of myself from not even that long ago, from like 5 years ago. And I'd be like, I just look older than I did when I was 29 or when I was 30.
I know.
And it is a little bit concerning if I'm being honest. You know, I can see myself shifting into my uncles, and I always thought that I would always look younger than my uncles, but then I think to myself, well, my uncles used to look young when they were young, and then they ended up looking the way they look, you know. And
yeah, but
I am slowly becoming Uncle Steve.
But you meet some people who age, and yes, like, and they are anomalies. Like, for example, Angela Bassett. Does Angela Bassett look older? Honestly, I saw the video of her on Watch What Happens Live. I'm like, this is the same bitch that was in What's Love Got to Do with It, and she does not look that much different than that. Like, what year was What's Love Got to Do was what, 94?
Probably. I have a sneaking suspicion that that Miss Angela Bassett is also getting a little bit of help from people who are trained in making you look younger. This is not confirmed, but I have a sneaking suspicion.
Well, let me tell you something. What's Love Got to Do came out in 93, and it is now 2022. Angela Bassett, look at the side by side. She looks.
It's almost 30 years ago. It's 29 years ago.
And I mean, that is aging beautifully because she does not. It doesn't look like she had 30 years. It looked like maybe a year or two. It does. It's really impressive, honestly.
When you were younger, did you want to date older guys?
Yes, I've always been attracted to older guys because I've always been someone where, I don't know if you experienced this. I've always been someone to say that people always told me like I was really mature for my age, and I always had like kind of like always hung out with older kids. Like when I was like a younger kid, I was always hanging out with people like who were like 6 and 7 years older than me. I just felt more camaraderie with people who are older than me. So I've always wanted to date older too. Like something about dating younger than me or someone the same age as me, I was like, I can't. Like I just feel like I never vibrated on the same wavelength of people the same age as me or younger. Mm-hmm. Did you like dating older? Why? Do you not get that from me?
Why is that interesting?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with. I can't say that for you, but I think that maybe in terms of dating, but I think that you do vibe with people your age and younger. You hang out with Plastique. You hang with that with Naomi.
Romantically,
you vibe with
romantically.
Them. Oh, I thought because at one point you were like saying like hanging out. I thought you meant like also like for fun and stuff too.
Well, I was referring to dating. Like I never vibe in terms of romantically. Yeah.
I've only ever dated 2 people, but I mean that's not true. I've dated, but I only have 2 boyfriends. But most of my other the guys that I was dating were roughly my age. And Ezra and Jacob are younger than I am. But the other one, I did actually date this one guy for a while when I was first in New York City, who was like he was probably, I think he was like 54, and I was 22 years old.
Who?
It was literally just a guy that I met, like just a guy. Like I don't even remember his name, but I do remember meeting his son, and I remember being closer in age to his son than I was to him.
Do you remember that? I don't want to say their name to their T, but
say their names.
No, because you don't be saying no names these days. You always like,
okay.
Monet,
you say their T,
Monet.
and you say their T, and I'll say their names. Go ahead, spill their T.
No, Bob. I'm not saying it then because then you.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
No, because you do the weird thing. You were like, "Is this shirt couture?" Monet, don't be a pussy. You do shit like that.
All right, I promise I won't do it. I promise.
Well, I'm gonna say the name, but bleep it out.
Well, girl. Well, we got to talk about because Jay the bleeps ain't been bleeping.
No, that's not true. We left it in for Patreon for the Patreons, but the general public didn't get it. That's what it was.
There been a few times where the bleeps wasn't bleeping, girl. There was people were like, girl, these bleeps are like we'll be like, and whatever you say, Amanda, and then 3 seconds later, be like bleep. Anyway, go ahead. You were saying
they were dating their crazy boyfriend. Remember, he used to come to a lot of.
Oh my god! Okay, you threw out crazy. I didn't know them like that.
I mean, that's what people used to say. I mean, I didn't know them like that either, but that's what people used to say. I was like, oh, I didn't know about this. Anyway, but
he was a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie, he was a little annoying.
But they were together for a long time, and his boyfriend fully had like a child that was almost the same age as the queen, and they were like together for like a long time. Like, imagine having a stepkid like the same age as you. That's so wild to me.
Well, my father, I have a young brother that I never met, but I'm older than his mom.
Whoa.
So my younger brother
than the younger brother's mother.
Yes.
Whoa. That's interesting.
He's like, my brother and my mom are roughly the same age, but my brother's older than my mom. Imagine if your brother was older than your mom. That's wild. It's giving that. Yeah.
Do you since you have younger boyfriends, do you ever feel like you're like the old crickety boyfriend? You know what I mean? Because Ezra is what, like 10 years younger than you?
Ezra's 9 years younger than I am.
9 work.
Yeah, so I'm 30. Ezra's 26 and Jacob has just turned 28. 29? Jacob's been lying up. Jacob did a bit about his age, and I don't know how old he is because he did a bit for like 2 years. So I genuinely don't know how old he is now. How old are you, Jacob? Jacob's 29. He did a bit. He told me that he was 29 when he turned 28, or I said it. He was like, but he played along, which is lying by omission. So Jacob did a bit about his age for like 2 years, and I thought that was his age. Then one day he was like, actually, Ellen, that's not true. Ask your producers. Ask anyone here. I've been 28 this whole time. So I don't know how old this nigga is.
I mean, every time for like the past couple episodes of the podcast, like you're like, I don't know. We started dating 5 months, and more and more of our relationship gets so confusing to me. It's so funny.
Well, the dating part, we're both kind of a little muddy on it, though we have a good timestamp. But Jacob's age was a bit that he did on me that effectively worked, and now I don't know how old he is because he did a bit on me. So for the record, I have it recorded. Jacob is 29 in the year 2022 in the month of February. By the way, it was Jacob's birthday too. Did you even bother to say happy birthday to Jacob yesterday?
I did not. Happy belated birthday.
Yikes.
Happy belated birthday, Jacob. Yeah, how about you ask your motherfucking boyfriend if he said happy birthday to me, bitch? How about that? You ask your fucking boyfriend what he said to me.
Jacob has ears and you can talk to Jacob.
No, but you accosted me, so accost your boyfriend the same fucking way. How about that? Give that nigga the same energy that you're giving me. How about that? All right.
No, I'm good.
Anyway, have you? Okay, here's something I've
also. If we're gonna give you energy, give Lady Bunny the energy you give me. Let's talk about that in the comments. Talk about queer elders. That old bitch be really acting wild on y'all. I gave y'all's podcast a little listen the other day, and I said, "Who is this patient, benevolent, kind queen?" Because I never met her. That's for goddamn sure.
Well, you know what I find is that I give my co-host the same energy they give me. So Bunny gives me grace, I give her grace, and we chat too.
Ooh.
Yo ass.
Can someone do a supercut of Lady Bunny giving no grace whatsoever? Honey.
Bunny is again. I don't have. Do you? Okay, sorry. Oh, this is what I was saying. I don't mean to bring it back to sobriety. I'm not trying to do that. But with people in the program, obviously sponsors are a thing. I do notice not a lot, but some of my friends have like older sponsors. Like they like that dynamic. Do you have a lot of older queer elder friends?
I do have lots of queer friends who are older than me. I'm not,
but not older. See, not older, elder. Like I feel like elder. Like what? How do we find an elder? I feel like elder is someone like over 60. That's like an elder to me.
I think it depends on what you're talking about. I think when it comes to drag elders, the age is really based on how long they've been doing drag, which can have obviously a direct correlation to their age as well. But people like Peppermint is not much older than I am, but Pep has been doing drag since the 90s, and I started in the 2000s. So I think that
I wouldn't call Peppermint an elder.
Well, are you gonna let me finish my thing before you jump in and skip it out? So being that Pep has over a decade of drag knowledge and experience, I think she's a drag elder in that regard. She's not an old person. We're probably like a few years apart. We're less than 10 years apart in real life, but in terms of drag experience, her, Bianca Del Rio, Sherry Vine. Now Sherry and Bianca are considerably older than Peppermint is. Not considerably. That was shady. Sherry and Bianca are older than Pep. Pep is like a few years older than me, and Bianca Del Rio and Sherry Vine are over 50.
Bianca's over 50? No.
Yeah, I think Bianca's over 50. Hey Google.
No, I want to say 48. Roy Haylock. 46.
Oh, 46? Well, shit. Yikes.
Bianca is substantially older than Peppermint. I mean, she is gravely older than her.
Considering that Bianca is in her early 80s. No, excuse me. I stand corrected. I thought that she said she was 50. I guess I was wrong. I thought she said she was 50. But Sherry's over 50. Jackie B is over 50. Sure. And I also want to say that I think that a part of queer elders, especially trans elders, being younger than straight elders, is the fact that a lot of people from those generations, older people, were not able to make it because of violence, because of the AIDS epidemic, because of stuff like that. So to be a queer elder, I think the age is significantly younger because of things like that.
Oh my God.
What, bitch?
Willem is 39 years old. Okay, with 39. Oh my God, I saw 39. I was thinking, but also that's a little shocking. I don't know. Willem is 30. That is wild.
What? I can't tell. Wild how? Is that wildly young or that wildly old? Willem is only 4 years old.
Wildly old. Yeah, I thought Willem was like 36, 35. I thought you and Willem were like the same age.
That's interesting. I mean, we're roughly the same. Yeah. 4 years is not that much time.
It is. Bitch, you just said queer elders be old as hell at 32 years old. So which one is it? Is it not a lot of time? Is it a lot of time?
Okay. Again, I want to reiterate that I'm talking about experience in drag. I'm talking about those kind of things. And then I do think that queer elders do start younger, but it's not 39, Monet. Willem did not live through the AIDS epidemic.
But I will say this also. But Willem has a lot of years in drag. Correct me if I'm wrong. Willem has been doing drag for a long time. Maybe not as much as Bianca, but I think maybe like as long as Peppermint. So is Willem a queer elder?
I don't. Willem is definitely a drag elder. I actually think Willem is a drag elder for sure. And I think that I don't know how long Willem been doing. I think Willem been doing drag longer than I have, 100%. I mean, I started Drag Race. I started drag because of Drag Race. So I literally started during season 1 because I love Drag Race so much. And Willem was definitely doing drag before that. And I think that there's like the elders. I mean, a lot of them have passed away. There's people like Flawless Sabrina who passed a couple of years ago, and that kind of stuff. But then you have people like Sweetie and
Flawless
Justin
Sabrina. Why do I know that name?
Flawless Sabrina was in the movie The Queen. She's the one who's yelling at Crystal LeBeige. Yes. She goes off stage. Now you hear me, Crystal. Yeah, you're showing your colors here. Now you hear me. I went down and got Mr. Warhol here. I'm on a court now. Yeah. You're really showing your true colors here. Talking like she was holding a tummy gun. She passed away like I think it was 2018 maybe, right before the Panda Express. And there's also people like Flotilda Debarge, Jackie Beat,
Linda Simpson,
Varla Jean Merman, Mona Foote, rest in peace, who's passed away.
Lady
as
Bunny.
well. Lady Bunny. But then you have even like, and I think that
Candace Cain.
Candace Cain. And I think a reason why drag elders can be so young, like in their 40s, is because on top of that, like drag is something that people, most people, and you know this from looking at all the queens who did drag when you started, you just stop after a while. A lot of people just stop. They just stop doing drag after a while. And a lot of the people
honestly,
that I'm naming,
because your body is fucked up.
A lot of people that I was naming are also from the drag boom in the 90s. And a lot of them were documented. And I feel like before that, these queens were not documented in film and television and stuff like that. But, Coco Peru and Flotilla and all these queens were, and Mistress Formica were all documented doing drag. So they have just kind of been etched into the history book. Yeah. I don't know if Amanda Lepore ever considers herself a drag queen, but she's a queer elder. But yeah, they've been etched into the queer history books because of their documentation. I think about all the people who have not been, who didn't get documented, who are just like, who were every bit as on the scene as Lady Bunny, but just didn't get the camera pointed at them. And I
really admire a lot of people to if you want, like, honestly, it's a great coffee table book. Something you could just have is Linda Simpson's The Drag Explosion, I believe the title. There are so many pictures. Then you like see all these old pictures of Ru, pictures of Bunny, pictures of all these like drag queens just up in these clubs at fucking Limelight and all these clubs in New York City. It's so crazy. If you want a nice coffee table book, look up Linda Simpson's The Drag Explosion and buy it. It's really nice. It's really great.
I've had a vision about a movie for a while now, but I just don't think that she would ever actually give an interview if this book can be good. But I would love to watch a Lady Bunny documentary, or not documentary, a Lady Bunny docu-pic about, like, she's just docu-pic, like a biopic. A biopic.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, even people who know Lady Bunny, she's still kind of mysterious. Like,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, who has been to Lady Bunny's house? Who?
I've seen it a lot.
But in video, because y'all video together. But like, who's been in her home?
And, I don't know. Her like, Johns.
And many of us, like, rare, unless you tour with her, you won't see her out of drag. But there's some interesting shit. I mean, this bitch was fucking living in Africa with her hippie parents.
Yeah.
Like, that is Quaker, very interesting.
Going to Quaker school.
So what is up with this weird, like, effeminate, like, gender fluid, hilarious kid who is like a interesting part of counterculture, but is like a constant face on the drag scene since the early 90s. And imagine if there was a documentary, a biopic called Funny Bunny. And it's like, imagine it's like funny, but it's also like dramatic and it has all of her ups and downs. Who's playing Lady Bunny in the biopic Funny Bunny?
Who's Leslie Jordan?
Leslie Jordan? But we got to do Young Bunny. I'm going to say right now, it's Trixie.
That's Young Bunny, girl.
Trixie's playing Lady Bunny. She is. It's going to be Trixie.
No.
Trixie's going to play. Who do you think it is, Jacob? It's Trixie. I think Trixie would actually do a good. Trixie has a theater degree. Trixie can sing. Trixie can dance as well as Lady Bunny can. And I think that she would actually. Really, Alaska skinny ass. Lady Bunny was only skinny for 3 years.
No, that's not true. If you look at Linda Simpson, Lady Bunny was skinny. Lady Bunny was skinny up until about 2002. So that's like a. I mean, oh my God! Not Alaska playing Young Bunny, Trixie playing.
Not me inadvertently calling Trixie not skinny. I think Trixie is going to play Lady Bunny in the Lady Bunny bio. That's going to be Trixie's Oscar for being Lady Bunny and Funny Bunny. Trixie Mattel is Funny Bunny, and the video at the very end it just goes, "Girl."
I see Alaska. I don't know. Y'all vote. Do y'all see who do y'all think should play Bunny in the movie? Is it Trixie or is it Alaska? I say Alaska. I think Alaska would be so fucking good.
Who's playing RuPaul in the biopic? I know I have my answer, and if you want me to go, so you can think of yours.
No, let's say it on 3.
Oh, we're not saying the same answer. There's no way we're saying the same answer at all. Not possible.
Okay, let's do it then.
Also, mine is in the musical. Mine is in the musical about her life.
Okay, you see, now you're changing the thing. First with the biopic, now it's a musical. Then you're gonna say it's
biopics. What are we doing? Can be musicals.
But that's different casting. You cast differently if you're doing a biopic.
Elton John's musical movie was biopic was a musical.
You're casting differently if you are casting someone who's also going to sing, and you know that. So actually, I try to find that brand new.
If you're gonna do RuPaul's life, you're gonna have to sing. It's like. I mean, now you don't have. I mean, obviously back in the day they used to do it. Like Angela Bassett didn't actually sing. They had Tina Turner sing her own songs. But I think that in this biopic nowadays people sing. So I'm saying they're gonna have someone sing. It is gonna be a musical, and for me. It's gonna be. We say it on 3. 1, 2.
Okay, thank you.
3.
Wait, hold on. Oh my God, Bob, you literally gave me all you Danny. Now you laid out the whole. Now you fucking laid out the whole fucking casting, and then you're like, okay, Monet, go now, bitch. Give me a second.
Okay, it is gonna be a musical because RuPaul has a lot of music. Music is a big part of her career. And they have to play young RuPaul up until, I'm going to say, in my mind, the movie stops on the first episode of Drag Race Season 1. That's when the movie stops. Because it's like, because we all know, that's where we all pick up. You know what I mean?
No. It has to go into Drag Race because we want, like, explanations behind some of the iconic moments of Drag Race. I think, like, for example, I want to know what happened the day RuPaul walked in season 9 and those first 2 episodes, and the episodes people talk about, like, oh my God, what happened that day that RuPaul, like, I think little things like that. And also, I think some of the, anyway, okay. But we can
let's
stop
think about it because, you know, what's love got to do with it? Stopped pretty much right when Tina Turner got away from Ike Turner. But I guess they were like, and now we all know. Like we get it now, so it goes to a certain point. I think there is, and same with Elton John, Rocket Man.
I didn't see it.
Rocket Man. They kind of, a lot of the movies kind of go right up into the point where they're mega famous, and then it's like you get it from here. That's what a lot of the movies do.
I mean, I can't think of any others besides
the last scene on the last scene in the movie is RuPaul putting on her lipstick, and she's like really nervous about this new show. She doesn't know if it's going to be big, and then she walks onto the main stage, and then she goes, "Gentlemen, start your engines." And with the best woman win. And then her hand goes up, and it freeze frames, and then the credits roll.
That could be cute. I can't think of who I want to do it.
Do you want me to just go ahead and say mine?
I know who you're going to say now.
Who?
Crystal Demure,
who is Joji Harrison, who played Lola in Kinky Boots on Broadway when it closed, and also at the Kennedy Center and on tour. I think that a lot of you all may not know Crystal Demure, but I think she is going to be the RuPaul in this movie. She's in. They know her. If you're watching Raising Dion on Netflix, she's in Raising Dion on Netflix. Her name is. Her name is. Yeah, out of drag. Jay Harrison on J.G.
Raising
Harrison.
Dion. Yeah.
But anyway,
so deaf.
Crystal Demure. But okay, so in the RuPaul biopic, what's it called? Supermodel. In the RuPaul biopic, Supermodel. Yeah. Trixie Mattel is Lady Bunny. J.G. Harrison is RuPaul.
Alaska's Lady Bunny.
Who's Michelle Visage?
Oh, well, casting is probably so hard.
You have a microphone. Speaking to Jacob. Lady Gaga. Monet Jacob thinks Lady Gaga. I studied voguing for a year. No, I think that it's actually in an odd twist of fate. It's actually Leah Remini. Leah Remini is playing Michelle Visage.
No. Because you're going up until Drag Race, first of all.
You're right.
And then so you want young Michelle. You can't be Leah Remini.
Drag Leah Remini. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You are such a fire starter. You're such a pyro.
Okay, Leah. Okay, who's playing Michelle? You know, it's one of those new girls who I don't know. It's like Olivia Rodrigo or somebody. It's one of those bitches that I don't know.
A no name. Yeah, I know. Charlie D'Amelio.
Is she? Okay, this is wild. Who's playing? Okay, let's keep casting. This is fun. I'm enjoying this.
Who's playing
Matthew Anderson?
Oh, Matthew Anderson. I feel like I don't know enough people. I can't think.
I mean, maybe this is a role for like what if Jonathan Van Ness Monét. Can Miss Fame act?
Who?
That is actually Matthew Anderson. That's not Miss Fame as Matthew Anderson. That's Matthew Anderson as Matthew Anderson. So you don't know, Matthew Anderson was RuPaul's makeup artist up until season 9, where he had to step down for health reasons.
Yeah, and then Raven took over. Who's playing Raven?
Raven's not in the movie. She doesn't make it.
All right, Raven's not in the movie. Oh my God, we have to cast Nelson Sullivan. We have to cast
Randy
Fenton and Randy. I know, yeah. Theron.
Oh, okay. One of the biggest parts of the movie, is going to be, okay, maybe I should write this fucking movie. They should give me my money. One of the biggest parts of the movie is going to have to be RuPaul versus Milton Berle. I don't know if y'all know this. If in RuPaul's first book, Letting It All Hang Out, this is a huge part. RuPaul basically had her first ever villain arc when she fought with Milton Berle at the MTV Awards.
I don't remember that.
Because Milton Berle was a Borscht Belt comedian. He's like one of those like kind of like not as mean as Don Rickles, but not as nice as someone very nice. I can't think of anyone compared to, but he was kind of like a hey, you poor motherfuckers, we're the ones with money, yuck you see, kind of like that. Mm-hmm. So Milton Berle used to have a show where he did drag on the show, kind of like Flip Wilson, a straight guy who did drag. He had like a drag character, and he was backstage with RuPaul. Kind of, but it was a variety show. It was a variety show instead. Flip Wilson is a better example. He was like a white Jewish Flip Wilson. So Milton Berle was presenting with RuPaul for Best Dressed, and a lot of the jokes RuPaul felt they were hacky. They felt like RuPaul was the joke instead of like them having jokes together. And then RuPaul felt disrespected by Milton Berle backstage because Milton Berle was being like a little handsy and stuff apparently. And then they got on stage and RuPaul went off script and started reading Milton Berle. Reading, because one of the lines was Milton Berle goes, I used to wear gowns, and then the line was supposed to be, why did you give it up? And then Milton Berle goes, because it's a drag. But instead, Milton Berle said, I used to wear gowns. And then RuPaul said, oh, that's interesting. You used to wear gowns, and now you wear diapers. And the crowd went, and then you could see Milton Berle's face change. Milton Berle was like, oh my God, this bitch is coming for me. So Milton Berle started roasting her back. Milton Berle was like, all right, you want to fucking go? You want to ad lib? You want to ad lib? Why don't I check my brains and we'll start even? And then everyone was like, oh, and it became this whole back and forth. Then RuPaul was like, ooh, yeah, you got it, Milty. Ooh, yes. Ooh, Like they were like basically arguing on stage together. And then RuPaul had this really like, what's what I'm looking for? Like manic press interview afterwards where she was like sweating like the late great Whitney Houston girl.
I want to see.
And she was like doing this like weird press thing where she was like going on. It was wild. And then she became kind of like the villain, and she described it as like the beginning of her downfall. RuPaul
believes heavily in the pendulum swinging both ways. Like RuPaul believes like once a pendulum swings one way, like, and you have like a really big moment, he was like, it has to balance itself out and go the other way, and it goes the opposite direction. Like RuPaul believes that through and through, which I learned about him. Anyway, have you ever seen RuPaul versus Joy Behar?
Bitch, yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
Well, I was gonna play it.
When RuPaul, when Joy was like, you called me ugly or tacky. What's the one?
When you dogged my girl, I was saying Joy looked like
I was not
Bush.
dogging her ass.
Oh wait.
I was just.
This one's better. I love this guy, by the way.
When you dogged my girl, I was saying Joy looked like
I was not
Bush.
Dogging her ass. I was just telling it like a TI is, okay?
But excuse me, you call me Butch? Honey, but you're a bitch. Look at Miss Behar now, because that's glamorous.
Well, you know what? I have to say, when I saw her backstage, I have to say that they did fem her up. I love the haircuts.
Doesn't the hair look great?
The hair looks great. And you you wearing nice colors and stuff, but the slacks, you know.
She looks fabulous. Do you think that I'm going to take fashion advice from a drag queen?
Well, honey, my sister, you better listen, Joy, you better take it from somebody.
That is...
You better take it from somebody.
That honestly, that's a great read. That is.
It is.
Joy Behar walked into that shit like a cobweb to the face. You know, he's like, oh goddamn, I see this. Oh shit. Well, you better, well, bitch. You better take it from somebody.
That's great.
Oh my God, that is. I mean, it is a little rude to go backstage and comment on someone's appearance, but I also don't know if they asked her. Maybe they were like, "How do I look?" And she was like, "Well, here's the truth. I don't know the full backstory, but yeah, girl, I know about Joy versus RuPaul, honey. That is epic and legendary, honey."
Talk about an elder. Do you know Joy's almost 80 years old? Isn't that crazy? She looks so good for her age.
I know her age because I did an event with her and she kept reminding me her age and kept saying, "I'm very old. I am 78 years old. I want to go home. I want to go home." Because this comedian named what was her name? Judy. I think it was Judy. It might have been Judy Gold, but I could be wrong. There are these two Jewish lesbian comedians who are both very tall, and their names are both like something Gold. No, there's Julie Gold. There's Julie Goldman and Judy Gold. And I can't remember which one was on stage, but she was going longer than Joy Behar wanted her to go. And Joy Behar, she goes, "Bob, who's hosting this show? You or Judy?" It was Judy. "Is it you or is it Judy?" And I said, "Well, Joy, I'm hosting." "All right, Bob. I'm 74 years old. However old she was at the time. I'm very old. It is late, and I want to go to bed. Get her off the stage. Get her off the stage."
Was she serious?
All the comedians were so annoyed because Judy Gold was supposed to go on for I think 10, 15 minutes, but she ended up going for almost 30. And all the comedians were so annoyed. It was at Caroline's. And they were like, "Get this bitch off the stage." And they kept going, and they all kept coming to me being like, "Bob, please get her off the stage."
Because you're the host.
Because I was the host, and Joy Behar pushed through everyone. She goes with that same little hair she's had since the early 90s, since she was teaching in the Bronx, and she was like, "Get her off the stage. I'm 74. It's past my bedtime." So then I was like, I went to the booth and I was like, "Can you please flash?" They started flashing the light, and then Judy was like, "I see the light," but she wouldn't get off. She wouldn't get off the stage, and then she finally got off. And then I called up Joy Behar. Joy Behar was livid. She didn't even tell jokes. She got on stage and was like. She got on stage. She was like, "You know what? Honestly," because it was a benefit. She goes, "You're all rich. You're probably all Trump supporters. So I'm annoyed to even be in the room with you. I'm supposed to be doing comedy, but honestly, I don't feel like it. I feel like you're a bunch of assholes. I don't even want to be in this room. I don't even want to be in this room with you right now. But I'm supposed to do jokes. So whatever. Here we go. I was a teacher back when I used to teach. I had kids who would bop whatever. Here's another joke. You ever notice that pigeons, that they stand at the stoplight with you? Only in New York. Fuck, whatever. All right, that's my time. I'm Joy Behar.
You know, I have to be honest. You guys are all Trump supporters. I don't want to be here, but here we go anyway.
That was basically, I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but Joy Behar was not in a good mood that night. And she,
I mean, that's her on the show though. On The View, that's how she's on The View. People say stuff. She's like, Joy, because again, but there's also something just funny because I think she may be finding another life in her comedy. Not that she needs another one, but when you get older, there is comedy about being an old, grumpy old man or old woman. I find that to be funny. I find her hysterical on The View because she's not telling jokes. She's just grumpy, and it's great.
I agree. Well,
when you get old, you will be when you get old, you're going to be a great old annoyed person. It's going to be you can have another life in comedy. It's going to be so funny.
A lot of my friends constantly talk about this joy they have around the idea of me being old, and I don't get it. It's like me
I can't wait.
They're like, "Ooh, when you're old." I'm like, why do y'all want to see me old so bad? What is this obsession with me being old?
Because you get annoyed by little things now. When you get older, the tiny filter that you do have now about certain things is going to be completely gone. It's going to be great. I can't wait.
I'm going to be a very gracious older person, just like I'm a very gracious young. Real quick before you go, something happened to me one time a while back that really kind of made me think to myself, what the fuck's going on? And I just want to be clear. I think this reporter was wrong. I got asked to be part of an interview about drag, the newer generation of drag and the older generation of drag. And I was like, of course, I would love to be a part of this interview. It would be my honor to represent the younger generation of drag. And bitch, I got to the interview and I realized I was in the older generation portion, which is not the. I mean, I have been doing drag for 13 years. I understand that, but I'm not part of the older generation of drag.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you're part. I wouldn't say you're part of the older generation either. But I mean, in terms of
if there's two camps, I'm in the young camp. If it's only older and younger, I'm in the younger camp still.
With your age, but I'm saying, but in terms of nowadays, you have queens. A lot of queens, these bitches are on, especially because of Drag Race. You have bitches on Drag Race and they've been doing drag for maybe a year, 2 years. So when you look at that comparison with who's been doing for 13 years, you fall in an older drag faction for sure, because there's so many people who have been doing it for not many years now with big reaches and big exposure for sure.
If you're splitting it down the middle, I'm gonna say it's 1 to 20 years and then 20 and up. That's my opinion.
No.
So then where does the split start?
I feel like the split starts after 15 years.
So you're finna, in 2 years, you're trying to put me in the older generation of drag in 2 years.
In terms of drag experience, yes. Because if you look at if you make like a Venn diagram, 15 to 30, I mean 1 to 15, 15 to 30, there are this circle, bitch, it is full.
But
like, it is full.
But it's gonna get smaller as it transitions over because a lot of those girls won't stay. I'm not if there's a split, I'm not gonna in 2 years, I'm not gonna be on the same side as Lady Bunny. That's for goddamn sure. Me and Lady Bunny are not in the same circle. Me and Jackie Beat, we're not. Me and RuPaul are not in this 62-year-old nigga. We're not in the same circle. I'm over here with Aquarian. I'm over here with Christopher Sachi.
RuPaul and Bunny are the who is the oldest drag queen you know?
The oldest drag queen I know is probably Lady Bunny. Actually, I mean I don't know RuPaul. I mean I guess I RuPaul and I know each other's names, so I guess technically 62. RuPaul is the oldest drag queen I know. 62 years old. Yeah.
For me, it's Darcel in Portland.
No,
she's the oldest drag queen.
Stella Doro.
Who's older? How old is Stella? Darcel is the oldest drag queen in America.
Darcel is. Oh, you know Darcel?
Yeah, I performed at her show a couple times.
There's two Darcels. Darcel P House is not the older Darcel. You're thinking
not
of
Darcel at P House. Darcel in Portland.
Oh, well, Darcel.
I know Darcel, bitch.
I know. You just say. I was just making sure you know that Darcel is not that old,
bitch. I do know.
You know the Darcel. You know that other Darcel.
Yes, I've done her show a couple times. Bitch, I used to live in Portland.
Oh my God. Okay.
Darcel is older.
Stella's roughly in her 70s. But I don't know Darcel, so the oldest queen I know is. But also, Stella has actually not been doing drag that long. She started drag around the same time I did.
Oh yeah, well, Darcel been doing drag for a long time. Darcel 17, 19, something like that. But yeah. Well, Roberta, I think we talked about old people. We talked about old bitches.
Do you have a date you want to quit? Have you ever thought about like having a cancel to your drag? Like, is there a moment that if there's something that would make you want to stop doing drag?
The first time I shit on myself. If I ever shit on myself because I'm too old to like figure out how to get out of my clothes, then I should stop doing drag.
Oh, I know a lot of queens who need to quit already. I can
bitch, you remember the one from the Ritz?
Time to quit drag.
Girl, not shitting yourself in the club serving shots. That's wild behavior.
What about the time the guy shit on you? That wasn't time to quit drag?
No, because he did it on me. And if you want to know what we're talking about, you should. This is a plug for the Bold and the Beautiful. But check out the episode I did with them.
You know, I feel like if I ever felt like I didn't feel beautiful, if I didn't feel beautiful, I could probably still do it. And then I did drag. I was sitting there, I was like, you know what? I'm stunning. I remember thinking to myself, like, bitch, this is a great queen. I was looking at myself and I was like, this is a great drag queen.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous. That's me every time I get in drag, baby.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to our little podcast. If you are a queer elder, please comment below and tell us how old you are. And we want to thank you so much for being out, for being visible, for being a shining beacon and an example of what it means to be alive and queer. And thank you for all you've done. Thank you for every step you've taken that allowed us to be able to sit here, especially if you are a elder Black queer, if you're trans queer. Thank you all so much for all you've done.
Yeah. Also, especially the patrons, we get a lot, but there are some queer elders that I see comment pretty often on Patreon. So shout out to y'all too for supporting us even more intimately and really being a part of the Sibling Rivalry family. We really do appreciate it. And it's nice to hear y'all chime in and be like, well, back when here's why Monet is wrong. Here's why Bob don't make no sense. Because back when we was young, so I love that as well.
Back in my day. Can you say it one time?
No, I'm not saying it. And you know that.
Just say it one time.
No, I'm not saying it.
Back in my day. Honestly, it's really fun to say.
Adore did on the pit stop. Do you want to send her a cease and desist?
Did she really do back in my day? Like the way I do it?
Yeah. Well, I think you got it
was
from her.
Was she referencing me or was she referencing me?
No, she's referencing herself. Adore's been doing drag longer than you, and she was on Drag Race before you. She did it first, baby.
It's not necessarily how that works, but pop off, pussy hat.
Well, yeah. Well, so I'll talk to you. I'll talk to her about it. And I'll let you know. Okay. Bye, baby.
Nigga, bitch, put her on three-way. You don't have to have a private conversation. Put that bitch on three-way. Bye.